now is the dashboard. As you can see, there are two different sites. One is Rewari and one is Bhiwadi. These are two different factories in two different locations. So here we can see the energy distribution that is there. And these panels that you see is completely customizable. So we can just turn on the settings mode and create some panels, gauges, or params to visualize. And this is again depends on the user requirement. So these are real-time data where we are seeing the overall apparent power of both the sites. We can see the historical data as well. So, and based on the requirement of the factory, different teams will be viewing different visualization. So we have something called views, where we are providing very different view for different teams. So these views are again configurable to user-specific views, organization default views, as well as views for particular team. So views can be created and set up and shared with the team. So we have different set of views or visualization. These views are also customizable and completely widget based. So we have something called workspaces where we are tracking all the assets into one place. So as you can see, these are the assets that are present, and the data that is showing up, this is real-time data. So if we are clicking on any of them, so we can see that what is the kWh, kVh consumption, what is the energy consumption heat map, and so forth. So we have other option of machine parameters and so forth. And then let us jump into how the tasks or activities are managed in a factory. So as we can see that there are a couple of tasks that are going on. So we have furnace maintenance, pickling sheet maintenance, which is completed at this state. Furnace maintenance is in progress. Cold saw maintenance is in progress, and I mean it's a to-do activity. HRM and motor maintenance is also a to-do activity. This can again be edited. We have an assignee to whom this activity is actually assigned. We have a manager who is also managing the activity. So from the calendar view, we can see what are the activities that are planned. So if you click on the activity, you'll be able to, at the task, you'll be able to see what is going on, what is the status, and you can edit the status from here. So all these tasks are based on activity. So we have an asset maintenance activity that is there. So multiple activities can be added. So if I switch on the setting view, as you can see that we can add different activities. We can also assign a default assignee and a manager for these activities. Any task that will go in under this will automatically have the assignee and the manager as default to these. However, it can be edited based on whatever the requirement is. And these activity are also linked with something called an escalation matrix. So escalation matrix is typically if there is a delay in any of the tasks, then a certain user group is getting intimated. So in first level is maybe a maintenance team, then we have the operations team, then we have the planning committee. And this is the maintenance schedule per se. So we can see what are the machines that are there, what is the maintenance due date, and how much time is left. Apart from that, from our platform, we also provide certain insights for example, here we can see that the daily consumption has gone up by 10% and health check is required. So here maintenance rate has already passed. However, there is no change in performance. So these kind of insights are also been given by the platform. And from here, we can track all the tasks. And based on whatever the task movement is, automatically the escalation matrix is triggered and the notification is sent in real time to the users. So for example, if I click on this, it will get moved to in progress. And once it is completed, it will move to done. So the visibility of these tasks will again depend on the escalation matrix itself. In certain cases, the operations team will be able to see the due tasks. And then further, if it is delayed, the planning committee will also be able to see the tasks which are due. Moving on to reports and analysis. So we have a complete suite of analysis tools. So where we can choose the workspace machine, what is the param that you want to see, and based on that we can provide trends for multiple parameters, compare the consumption of multiple parameters, usage of multiple parameters. For very detailed analysis, we have tools such as dual axis trend, where we can map multiple parameters into multiple axes and particularly view what is the curve or what is the trend that is going on. Other than that, we have options like statistical trends, where we can see the deviation from a certain standard. We can see the mean, median, mode, etc. The standard statistical. So we can view the time of day trend. We can compare parameters which are with the historical trends, that how it was performing and how it is performing now. So this will help to benchmark the process. And we can also generate custom reports. So if we go to create report, there are a couple of reports. So we have this SEC report, we have dynamic Excel report, we have consolidated report, we have usage report, which reports the consumption. These are again automated report, and the final report will be sent to the user via notification, or the user can always go to the report and download. So for example, this is an Excel generated report, so they can go and download the report itself. So this option is also present. Other than that, they can create report for their quick visualization. They can click on the view report and they can view what was the consumption, etc. And going forward, we have something called, so just to show the interface. So this is engineering access. So we have all these workspaces that are created. So inside these workspaces, we'll have all the devices. So as you can see, we can add different types of devices. So any field bus device, which is Modbus, etc., will come under Modbus device. Virtual device will be connecting with devices which is using OPC or any other BMS standard protocols. Then we have standard MQTT device, which will be using telemetry data from MQTT. So if we open the devices, we can see that we have, so as you can see, this is real-time data that is getting streamed from the device itself. So we have the option of creating multiple parameters. So if I click on edit, so you can see that there are multiple things that are present. So these are from the data sheet itself, and we can get all these data, map all this data on a no-code interface, where the entire complications is completely abstracted. Apart from that, we have something called actions and triggers, where we are creating certain trigger, for example, low PREF, low voltage trigger. These triggers can directly be assigned to certain parameters, and in real time, whenever these triggers are targeted, a certain action is triggered. So, for example, in actions, we have a send notification action, switching off of a relay. In certain cases, write parameters, let's say where we want to control the speed of VFDs, etc. So with the help of this, we can create very basic automations where certain decisions can be taken on the fly by the system itself. Apart from this, we have something called modules, where we have couple of modules like ESG modules, PQ modules, and bus bar fire safety and live monitoring module. So this is an example of ESG module, and we can create other modules like power quality and bus bar temperature modules. Coming to, we also monitor air quality. So as you can see that you can see the visualizations in terms of temperature, humidity, carbon dioxide, what is the air pollutant level. You can see what is the particulate matter, relative humidity, etc. Apart from that, you can create groups to segregate, for example, notification groups, the user that you want to set the notification to. We have something called user group. As you can see, we have maintenance team, operations team, planning committee here. So these are the group of users whom, based on which the escalation matrix also works. And then we can create a group of machines where we like group the assets together, and the parameters also can be grouped. Apart from that, we have features like logbook, where manual entries can be done, production logging can be done. Based on that, we also derive insights. So I believe we have covered most of it. Thank you.